Yeah.
So what you think of the?
Ready? See? All right. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to our regular board meeting dated 11/17/2022. We got reconvene to open session, and it is approximately 6:15. Announcements taken in closed session, none. G, presentation. One, judge it in the classroom. We had that presentation earlier by our judge. Two, California Outdoor Equity Grant. So do we have?
Yes, thank you, President Calderon. At this point, I'd like to ask our Director of Instructional Technology, Ms. Karina Montaño, as she's going to present to us what we're doing with a grant that we got and the incredible, exciting work that we're going to be doing with our kids.
Good evening, Board of Trustees, Administrative Staff, and Community. My name is Karina Montaño, and I'm the new Director of Instructional Technology. And I'm here today to share with you just an amazing opportunity that was brought up to us with an organization, nonprofit, called Blue Dot Education. And I'd like to start with a video of an event that we had recently at Blanche Charles in collaboration with the Blue Dot. So.
No, blank.
So this was an event that was brought to us from Blue Dot. It's one of the many events that I'll be sharing with you today. It's an amazing opportunity. We're very, very excited. And this is through this opportunity was granted through an equity outdoor grant that was applied for by this company who we've already had work with before in the past. The video that you saw was from a night that we had. It was a very chilly night. We weren't expecting so many people, so we were very surprised. We had close to 300 people show up. And it was a very cloudy night, and we were just glad that we had an opportunity to see some of those beautiful planets. So again, it's Blue Dot is an education nonprofit organization. Oops, let's see. It's a nonprofit and consultant organization that we've used in the past for coaching and project-based training. They bring forward a lot of project-based learning and educational experiences, and their vision is basically equitable and spaces for all of our learners here at our district. And I'm gonna talk to you today a little bit briefly about the grant information, what are some of the events, and, oops, let me go back. Also the elements of the internships and then the community involvement. So the grant is approximately about $660,000, and it's going to be between a timeline of about 3 years. And again, it's bringing forward several events that I'm going to explain to you in just a minute, and just outstanding opportunities for all of our students here at the Calexico Unified School District. And these opportunities will be from different grade levels, different ages, from elementary all the way to high school. So these are some of the events that they are bringing to our district. And I'm sorry, it's not going back. Oh, there it is. We had the first astronomy night, so we'll have more this year. There's a biking event where the grant is going to purchase several bikes for our kids. Hiking, rock climbing, rafting, surfing, camping. Environmental monitoring as well. And it'll include family trips. It'll include Colorado River family trips as well. Some of these trips are going to be one day, others are going to be overnight, and the families will be invited to participate. And the first year, we'll basically go through all the events that I just mentioned. The second year, we're going to include Colorado River trip along with the Yosemite trip. And then the third year, it'll be again all the events, and then we'll also include the Joshua Tree National Park trip as well. Another element connected to this grant is the internships opportunity for our community. There'll be opportunities for paid volunteers, youth paid volunteers. And this opportunity will be able to build leadership within them and also develop their skills, such as working with the younger kids and also through the events, the skills that they'll have throughout the events. Another component of the grant is the community involvement, family trips, family events, community participation, and just extraordinary opportunities for the community to participate, as you saw during the astronomy night. It's also bringing forward new experiences for the community, a lot of exploration and discovery, where a lot of our, as you know, a lot of our kids, our students do not have the opportunities to travel outside Calexico. So visiting all these places that I just mentioned is just going to be a grand opportunity for them. And that's it. Any questions regarding
Any questions, board members?
Thank you.
Thank you for the presentation.
Thank you, Ms.
Yes.
Montaño. And the only suggestion that I have for you is that we have meetings with our community and our parents, so they know that they're going camping, they're going hiking, they're going in the water, canoeing and so forth. And it's important that they know where they're going.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Every time that we'll have an event or every event that comes forward, we'll be providing that information to the community so they can participate and also be part of it as well. So if
Thank
you know
you.
of anybody that would like to be part of the internship, let me know.
Mr. Alvarado volunteered himself. Thank you, Ms. Montaño.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. H, comments from the public. The public will take any and all comments from the public related to an item on the agenda or any other item of district business that is not on the agenda. And we have several communications here. Okay, the first one is ban. I can't read this name. Quintero, is it Quintero?
No, it's
Esan?
Eden.
Eden? All right. Sorry if I mispronounced your name. I can't read it. Yeah.
It's not in the agenda, but you know, my daughter is a senior for the Calexico High School, and she's in band, and they don't have a teacher, and they're really struggling. Like they have to teach the freshmen coming in because they don't have not even a sub that knows about band. And last year they had somebody that knew music and applied for the position, but he didn't get the position, so he moved to All Central where he's actually teaching music. And I spoke to Ms. Williams today, and she said that the position's still open, but if you go online, it's not open. And I want to know, why is it that they cannot get a teacher when, you know, it's November and school started in August? What's going on? Is it the district's fault? Is it the high school's fault? Whose fault is it? Because the kids are falling behind. You know, we went to Cattle Cooperate, and they had to play the fight song over and over and over and over because they couldn't play a different song. And that, they sounded great, but they would have sounded better if they actually had a competition song or a marching song or a parade song, which they didn't have. And I just wanted to let you guys, know that, us parents, we're all concerned for our kids because there's freshmen that are still learning. There's seniors who are their last year and they're not going to be able to get a full experience. And they have the Christmas parade for All Central. They have the Imperial Light Parade. They have other parades that they're going to go to. And without instruction, it's kind of hard. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Next speaker is Natalia Gastelum, Chantel Quintero.
Can you hear me? Yeah, okay. So I'm Chantal Quintero. I'm a senior at Calexico High School. My freshman year, I was able to experience marching competitions and battle of the bands, but now my senior year, I haven't experienced anything at all without a teacher in band. I feel like us seniors now are forced to teach the incoming freshmen because we have no teachers at all. And hearing how there's like incoming 8th graders that are coming to Calexico High School without a teacher is going to be very hard because not even the juniors know much because we didn't do very much last year either.
My name is Natalia Gastelum. I'm a junior in Calexico High School, and I want to add on to what Chantel said. And it's a lot of other schools are expecting Calexico High School to play good songs. They are like expecting like a lot from us, but from what happened now, like they're like, oh, they're just playing the fight song, like they're not playing any other songs. So I just want to say, like, having a band teacher would really make a huge difference, and we could actually show to everyone like how we really enjoy playing what we love. Sorry. And there's other kids in elementary that they're playing with like a teacher, and think about when they go to high school, they're not gonna have a teacher at all. So I'm just saying it's better to have a teacher now so that we could help the younger generation. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Next speaker is Gerardo Roman.
Good evening, board members, members of the public, superintendent. Just to brag, Calexico FFA and the Calexico Ag program, since our last meeting, we have been busy. We had a successful fundraiser with Julian Apple Pie at Calexico High School FFA. About 15 of our students participated in the ROP CTE Agricultural Summit. I was with 8 freshmen that went through and we visited a facility that is sending forage feed across the world to China, to Japan, and Europe, and they were telling the students about all the job opportunities available there and in the job market. And we had a small animal sale last Saturday, and now students have their rabbits and their cavies, and they're going to be displaying them tomorrow at the mental health assembly that the high school is going to have. And yesterday, I drove 8 students in a van to Brawley, and one of them received this trophy, and it says the second place for El Credo Blue. He's a student that is a limited English student, so he was able to recite the 5 paragraphs of the FFA Creed in Spanish, and he was able to win this trophy. And this is made by the Brawley Agricultural Mechanics class and the Agricultural Mechanics teacher. I feel your pain. We don't have an Agricultural Mechanics teacher this year. So anyway, this is what they could be doing here if we had one. And just to brag, they came back with several ribbons, individual ribbons, team ribbons, so they were fired up. And some of these young men and women, I was able to go through our funding and CTE and Perkins and LCAP and be able to purchase black shoes, black pants, black skirts, white tops, so that I could provide them with a full uniform that they will need in order to go to a competition, because we can't go to the competitions unless we have the complete uniforms. So it's whatever money's coming in, we're using it wisely and allowing the students the opportunity to participate. And so this belongs to Joshua Araiza, and he's a 9th grade student. What am I doing? Oh, 33 seconds. Okay, very quick. In our farm facility, we have 7 pigs and 1 goat. We still need a working restrooms, and I had asked for the possibility of getting the hand wash stations that were used during COVID at the high school for our area, because students need to wash their hands as they're dealing with animal feces. That hasn't happened. Our school renovation could not pay for the fence around the animal facility, so perhaps as you look at your funds, we're going to need to look at the fencing in the animal facility. We do have a small tractor that has not been operational since pre-COVID and has been sitting there that needs repairs. I sent multiple requests for repairs. That hasn't happened. I appreciate your help on that. Other than that, the students are starting to harvest their lettuce and their radish, and if I had that tractor going, we could have planted carrots and cabbage at the 9th grade. But as you consider the district's anti-drug commitment, let's provide them with more opportunities to be involved in positive avenues such as CTE, hands-on, band, sports, ag. Thank you.
Mr. Roman, before you go, IVROP is giving $500 of money here.
I saw the
You
grant
have it.
opportunity.
Here's the application,
Okay.
and share it with your peers,
Sure
because
will.
it's 500 per whatever is classroom. So it's
Yeah,
here if
no,
you want
absolutely. I'll take it because they were asking me, hey, do I get to keep the shoes? And I said, no, they belong to the school. They got to
Well,
come
it's
back.
$500 if you apply for it, and only one has applied, and
Okay.
that's Brawley. So
Oh, I saw it on the email.
yeah.
We'll
All right,
get
it's
on it.
here.
Thanks.
You're welcome to take it. All right. Thank you. Next speaker is Sandoval Nolenia.
Hi, good evening. I'm also part of the band. I'm one of the parents. My son was not able to come in today and speak as well, but I'm also a voice for him. He's a freshman and he's been in band since he was in 5th grade. He loves music. He's also in the Estudiantina, and he's a wonderful student that loves music, but he has been coming home lately very disappointed, not motivated. I always ask him, hon, how was your band class today? Well, Mom, we're so struggling because we're not learning the music right. We don't have an appropriate teacher that can help us that out. And I'm noticing that speaking to all the other parents and talking to some of the students, it's affecting them. And I just found out, I didn't know that we didn't have also a Christmas parade these past 2 years. So that's one of the other issues that it's going to kind of affect them, knowing that they're not going to be able to participate another year. And I'm just like, why do the other cities do have their teachers for band? They can also participate in parades and all these other activities. The band has a lot of support from some of the parents, and I mean, they're just wonderful. They play wonderful. Even better than when I was back in band back in '86. I mean, they're awesome, and it's just very sad not for them to have a teacher. So we're really, really hoping if you guys can help us out to get a teacher as soon as possible. I don't know what the situation or what the problem is, but it is very discouraging for our Calexico High School band not to have a teacher. Thank you.
Thank you. Next speaker is Celsi Godinez. Ms. Godinez?
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm here on behalf of the band and my peers. If I could have a lot of time, I would love to speak hours on many complaints other than band. So many complaints. My friends gave out notes, not notes, but like little papers for students to write complaints. This is all of them, and there's still more coming. And they're different. They're not just from band. They're from the whole school in general. So, but I'm not here to talk about that. That could probably be for another time. But I'm here mostly on behalf of my peers who couldn't be here to talk for themselves because they have mental issues or they're busy, they have personal lives, you know? I can't believe that something that used to be my safe space is now a hellhole for me. I sound as bad as that sound, it's true. Most of my friends are now having mental issues because something they really love, and I love band so much. I used to be in band since the 5th grade. I've known all the teachers, Mr. Lapi, Mr. Nava, Mr. Alvarado, Mr. Marcus. That involves jazz band too. Not only is band being affected, but also other classes. I've heard there's no chemistry teachers in some classes, and history teachers. I've heard many things from different students. So I don't know what the problem is. I don't know. I don't want to blame anyone. And I understand it might be something due to COVID, the pandemic, but I think that's not an excuse to have kids without teachers and education. Every day, every morning, it's either, I'm a senior, this is my last year, so I can't believe this is how my senior is going. I'm not happy currently. I'm struggling. It's ruining my mental health and a bunch of my peers as well, and it sucks because people are telling us to be like Central. Come on, guys, that already says things for their band. We used to go out there in Disneyland. We used to go do competition, a bunch of stuff. We were like the best in the valley. We were the best in the valley. Now we're like nothing, like we just disappeared out of the whole entire world. So I don't like this. There should be someone to do something about it. We can't just be here every day. Most of the time it's me or other seniors teaching the band itself. Like, I'm not a teacher. I'm just a student who wants to learn more things. I already know stuff, but I want to learn too. I don't want to have my whole senior year just be me teaching children when that shouldn't even be my job. My job should be just a student, learning and having a good time, enjoying school. And that's all I ask. That's all what we ask for. So it's either going to be you guys to do something about it, or else it's going to end up worse for everyone. Thank you.
Thank you. Next speakers are Lisette and Alex Galindo.
Hello, guys. Good evening. We're here as parents. We're here, as citizens. Also, we're here as, we're proud Bulldogs. That we could speak from our personal experience. We had our oldest daughter. She's in college now. She went through the band program. We have one currently right now. She's a junior. And our son, a 6th grader, Okay, he's just starting. I won't take much of your time. Just paint a picture real quick. I remember, with my daughter's competitions. Okay, going to Chino, to San Diego. Okay, just picture this. Okay, big buses arriving. Okay, one for the students. Okay, these huge schools, right? You got one for the students, a bus, and then another bus for their gear, for their instruments, their uniforms, everything. Okay, here's Calexo getting, in their little yellow school bus with one of the lunch trucks, to hold their gear. Okay, guys. Now, these Calexico kids, okay, they went toe-to-toe with these guys. Toe-to-toe. If you could see their faces, okay, after all this, was done, okay, maybe they didn't place, but okay, they were proud. Why? Because these big-time schools that had, the unlimited funding, a huge band, okay, 2 or maybe 3 times the size, okay, they went up to them, okay, because they were talented with their talent, and they had a leader, okay, they had structure, okay, but most of all, I think they had discipline. They were very, very disciplined, and not to speak any of these students, but that's where they lack right now. And I feel, it's our job as parents, as you guys as board members, okay, that we have to give them that, okay, that discipline. I'm seeing it firsthand with my oldest daughter, okay, but she's self-sufficient, she's very disciplined, and I know in my heart, okay, that came from band, because she had no time to goof around, okay, she had no time for anything else. Why? Because she was in band. So I said, just keep that picture in your mind, guys, of our little small, town here, hole in the wall, whatever. Okay, before, okay, they were feared. They were feared. They're like, okay, here's Calexico. And now it's like, okay, yeah. Okay, they don't see us anywhere. So, all right, guys, thank you.
Thank you very much. Next speaker, Liliana Regoso.
Buenas tardes. I'm a band parent too, and I came to speak tonight on behalf of my child and as a parent, and I'm thankful to have this group of parents. They're very strong, very resilient, as well as our students. These past 2 years have been incredibly difficult for band students. Last year was not good either. It was kind of a disaster, to say the least. They did not participate in competitions. They did not attend most events. And they didn't even receive their uniforms until like the last week of school, remember. So nothing. It was just, by the last 2-3 weeks of school, there was no teacher. I don't know what happened, but there were no teachers. So parents stepped in, Mr. Navarrete, Mr. Lapi, and they helped. They organized a banquet at the last minute. They took pictures that we never received, but the parents were there helping the students. In summer, most of the students, they went to camp, hoping of, getting better, practicing, and starting this year strong with a new teacher. But sadly, that was not the case. It's been almost 4 months, and they still don't have a band teacher. The band at Calexico High School represents our district. They're representing you. They're representing us, our community, our students. I'm sorry, I got emotional. Just hearing the kids, their experience. Well, we just want your help. They are very resilient students. They're teaching each other. They're very strong. They sounded great at the parade. Some of you saw them at the parade, but it was the same song playing over and over. And I think that they deserve to get a teacher, somebody that's going to guide them, like have discipline, just help them be the great band that they used to be again. And just help them and help them find a good band teacher. Thank you.
Thank you. Next speaker is Gastelum Beatriz.
Okay, good evening, board members, people present. As well, I'm a band mom Beatriz Gastelum. I'm here to ask you to please do what is possible to please repost the position for band teacher. I don't know what's going on. As of today, it is not on EdJoin. After even like a parent said, that Ms. Williams said, it is open. It is not on EdJoin. I don't know how that works, so please repost it. Like we said, we are in a dire situation. Our band, like they said before, seniors and juniors are having to teach the freshmen and the sophomores. And let's keep in mind that our seniors and juniors went through COVID. So they didn't have that great teaching through a computer, you know, in person, marching. They are very overwhelmed, feeling overwhelmed, like this girl said. Very overwhelmed, very stressed, because the pressure is on them to teach these new kids. And if it doesn't sound good, then whose fault is it, you know? They are all they have between each other. They have to teach each other. That's all they have. They don't have a music teacher there leading them. I don't know if you go to school functions. Everybody's gone ho on the football games. Did you see any pregame shows? Any halftime shows? Of course, people wondered. Guess what? There isn't any, because there's nothing there. Towards the end, they did come out and performed on halftime, and they were so nervous because they don't have the experience or the leadership from a band director. But they persevered, and they did their best they could for that halftime show, even though it lasted maybe 2 minutes. Missing out, like we said, they're missing out on their high school experience. My daughter, you know, I always told her to look up to high school. When you get to high school, it's awesome. The band is awesome. You know, you're going to be there in halftime shows, parades, competitions, and nope, there's nothing there. And like I said, you know, like we know, not just anyone can play, you know, not just anyone can play an instrument. You know, it takes a lot of dedication and discipline. It takes commitment. They're there. These kids are there every single morning for zero period at 7 in the morning, every single day, even though there's no teacher. And believe me, they're getting very discouraged. The drumline, they have evening practices. They're right now, they're not here because they're at school practicing and trying to get better by themselves. They have weekend practices at a park. If you pass by Jefferson, you'll see them on weekends at 10 in the morning practicing by themselves because they want to get better. Many of these students are losing interest, and including my daughter. She wanted to quit last year. Many wanted to quit. They were very discouraged. Last year was a disaster, like Ms. Raigosa said. They wanted to quit, and it's very sad. But Ms. Williams, yes, last year at their banquet, told them, hang in there, guys. Hang in there. I'm going to get you a teacher. Hang in there. And they're hanging in there this year, and guess what? Nothing is getting done. And it's very sad, like they said, because I'm from Calexico. I'm an alumni like many parents, and I'm proud to say that I'm from Calexico, proud to show my colors and those kids too. And guess what? They're going to parades, and what can we show? They didn't participate in a halftime show, as we know it as the Battle of the Bands. They were the only school out. Just to close quickly, like I said, it's sad, and I'm sad to see if the program is going to disappear the way it's going. These kids have been there since 5th grade. Kids are proud to represent Calexico. Please help us in making it, you know, getting a band teacher. We want Calexico to stand out again, be proud of our city, be proud of our school, our colors, and represent us like years prior. Thank you.
Thank you. We have no other? No? Thank you. I, consent agenda, all items appearing will be acted upon one motion without discussion unless the item is pulled for separate consideration and action.
I move to approve items
Moved
number
by
1 through
Romero.
6.
Second.
Second by Alvarado. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes 4-0. J, informational items. 1, superintendent's report.
Thank you, President Calderon. I want to acknowledge tonight Veterans Day that we just celebrated last Friday of November 11th. On behalf of all of the Calexico Unified School District, we wish to give a sincere thanks to all of our veterans and men and women in the military who serve our country to protect our freedoms, our Constitution, and our democracy. Thank you to all of our veterans and those serving in our military. I do also have here on my report for today the Cattle Car Parade, and I did want to acknowledge our students and our parents. I did speak with Ms. Williams about our band, and I can't get too much into it today, but please know that we are trying our best fix this situation that's happening with the band director at Calexico High School, and are looking for a quick resolution to this matter. But we are very proud of our Calexico High School and Willie Moreno Junior High School bands for their performance at the Cattle Car Parade that took place on Saturday, November 12th in Brawley. Our marching band student musicians made us proud, even though they did play that one song, but nevertheless, the students made us proud for their outstanding musical performance. We want to thank our substitute teacher who was there, Mr. Padilla, and the band parents for attending with our students and representing our great school district. We would also like to thank Mr. Navarrete and Mr. Wong and Mr. Lappy for doing the best that they can, even though it's not their primary assignment, but nevertheless for doing the best that they can to continue to support and assist with our Calexico High School music program. And we hope that in the near future we'll be able to bring a response and better news to your comments here tonight. Mental health fair. Tomorrow, Calexico High School will be hosting its fall mental health resource fair. Over 40 organizations will be in attendance. Amongst the stations that students can choose to participate in are Mindful Moves, Garden Zen, Creative Moments, Paint Me Happy, Yoga, Karaoke, and a pet calming Zoom. We want to acknowledge Mrs. Gabby Williams, our CHS staff, our students in the Right Hand Club, and all of our community partners who have worked hard in putting this together. I will be attending myself to this fair and hoping for it to be a great success. Our turkey run this week, several sites are hosting a turkey run event. Students have a fun time participating in a 1 mile run completion where the first place boy and the first place girl from every grade level will win a turkey. School sites also provide additional awards for participating students. And last but not least, next week we'll be in our fall Thanksgiving break. I want to wish all of our community, our staff, our students, and our families a restful Thanksgiving and fall break next week, November 21st through November 25th. School resumes back in session on Monday, November 28th. And at this point, President Calderon, last but not least, I would like to take this opportunity to recognize Mr. Richard Romero and Mr. Ciro Calderon for their years of service in the Calexico Unified School District, serving on the school board. Thank you, Mr. Romero, and thank you, Mr. Calderon, who is not able to be here with us tonight, for your dedication, your commitment, and contributions to Calexico Unified School District. In recognition of your years of public service, on behalf of the school district, we would like to, at this point, Mr. Romero, present you with the plaque. So I'd like to ask the board to come up to the front, and we could present you with a plaque of recognition. And President Calderon, that concludes my comments for tonight.
Thank you, Superintendent. 2, Safety Committee.
And thank you, President Calderon. At this time, I'd like to ask Ms. Alejandra Limon to give the board and our community here an update on our safety committee and our safety program.
Good evening, trustees, administrators, staff, and community. My name is Alejandra Limon, and I am the District Safety and Title IX Coordinator. And today I am going to present the new CUSD anti-drug campaign. Thank you. So based on current national and local trends, we know that there has been an increase in the use of opiates, fentanyl, marijuana, vaping, and tobacco use. So that is rampant everywhere. Okay. Knowing that, we have come up with an action plan for our district. So we are currently partnering with the Calexico Police Department. We're looking at hiring a school resource officer. So we are working on an MOU. It's in a draft, and we're working together with the police department to hire on a school resource officer. We're working with the Imperial County Sheriff's Department for trainings. So we have been in contact with all of these partners. We're working with the Imperial County Office of Education, and with them, we're working on Narcan and other trainings that are coming up. And we are now working with the Imperial County Behavioral Health Services. So those are the partners that we're working with here in the community. What is our goal? Our goal is to plan and execute a campaign to educate students, staff, parents, and the community, and also to get vape detectors in our schools. We're going to pilot our vape detectors at the high school first, so that will be the first site that will pilot vape detectors in. Calendar of events, we've already started with the Red Ribbon Week, so that's when we kind of kick off our Drug Awareness Week. In November and December, we'll be starting with presentations by the Imperial County Behavioral Health Services for all 5th through 12th grade students, and I'll show you a schedule of presentations shortly. January through February, we'll start with staff trainings on recognizing any type of drug use and situations that are occurring at the sites. And then we're continuing with our Two Goods for Drugs curriculum and also parent presentations. So those are our calendar of events. And then services, we currently have drug and alcohol counseling, but we'd like to see our referrals increase. So that's something that we're looking at. We have intervention programs such as Suite 360 and other programs that we're looking at as well. And one of those will be with the Sheriff's Department. And for that, it's going to start with third graders. So third graders will also get an introduction as to how to avoid drugs. And then we have the drug canine unit visits. So those have been going on monthly, more than once a month. And then we have a partnership with the Imperial County District Attorney's Office. So they also provide resources for us. And then we are looking at increasing the amount of Narcan and Noxalone that we have on sites. All of our sites currently have Narcan with our health techs, but we need to increase the amount that we have. So we're working on with the Imperial County and also with the state to increase the amount of Narcan that we have on our sites. Narcan is a counter to any type of an overdose, but you have to have it on hand. So what we'd like to do is make sure that every building has a supply so that we can get to, hopefully this never happens, but in case it does happen, we can reach a student who's overdosing within 5 to 8 minutes, which is kind of the window. Okay, so we are working on that. So what are we doing to build communication? We're providing monthly safety bulletins. So we already provided the October bulletin to all of our parents in our community. We're already working on the November bulletin, and we'll be presenting this anti-campaign to our parents as well. We have community events and flyers. So for example, the mental health wellness fair that the high school is having, we promoted that with the community. We promoted that with the media outlets. So hopefully that will get the word out. We're going to start implementing Wednesday wellnesses, and that's also with the behavioral health services. And they will come in on Wednesday and provide groups, they'll provide information, and they'll be there to support our students with any questions. And it could be confidential or it could be in group work, but we're hoping to implement Wellness Wednesdays. And then we did start the District Parent Safety Advisory Committee. We are the only district with this Parent Advisory Committee, and we had our first meeting and it was awesome. So we are still working with them, and they are providing us very critical feedback on what's happening at our school sites. Other actions, again, we're monitoring drug-related incidents. We're continuing with the K-9 unit visits, hiring the SRO to help with this campaign and mentoring of students, initiate more of the behavioral drug and alcohol support group meetings, continue to research and promote the newest guidance on drug and alcohol. And let me tell you, this is changing every day. So we're trying to keep up with everything that's happening and the drug trends that are out there. So this is the schedule of all of our sites that will be having presentations on drug trends, se me fue la lengua, drug trends, fentanyl, and vaping. So we will be approaching this with every student from 5th grade all the way till 12th grade. And then we'll start with the 3rd graders. So we'll be working backwards, but we're hoping to start with that group first and then work backwards to start helping all of our students, okay? So as you can see, between now, starting tomorrow, and all the way through December, your students will be receiving this information and training, and the staff will be there with them also. And the presentations are also geared towards the level. So every grade level is geared towards what they're learning, okay. And then we're also going to give our staff training on what to look for example, dependency, if they're addicted, insomnia, headaches, depression, vision problems, so that they can see and start not calculating, but just monitoring and saying, okay, maybe this student has to go to see a counselor, or maybe I have to refer this student to drug and alcohol counseling. So we'll be working with our staff regarding this. And then here you have some data. So what we did here was we looked at all of the suspensions that we've had since August in regards to any type of drug-related issue. The first one is actually drug use. So if you can see there, the first column is the high school. The second column is Aurora. The third column is Enrique Camarena. And the light blue column, well, medium column blue, is Willie Moreno. So those are the actual drug use suspensions that we've had. And then the next column is the selling of imitation type drugs. So let's say they bring oregano and they say, oh, you know, this is marijuana or this is some other type of drug. So that is also a suspendable offense. So again, you see the numbers there. The first one again is the high school, and then you work back down. The junior highs don't have this. Then the third one is the use of tobacco, vaping, tobacco. As you can see, that's one of the biggest columns that we have here, especially at the high school. So that is why we're starting with the high school in regards to vape detectors, okay? This is the data that we're using to make our decisions. And so we're monitoring this data on a monthly basis. And we have already discussed this with all of our principals. In fact, we did this at the last leadership meeting. So this was something that we did address. And then the last one there is the use or having drug paraphernalia. Again, that could be vaping pipes, that could be whatever. There's so many different types of paraphernalia. But if you're caught with that, you can be suspended. So there in front of you, you have our current statistics. Again, that is from August all the way until now, okay? This is the record of our canine use, our visits, I'm sorry. So if you notice, we started on the 30th of August. We did have quite a few alerts, and by alerts, it could be that there was residue on a person or that there was actual drugs on a person. If that's the case, we'll have somebody come in and actually work with that student. But if you notice, the amount of alerts has decreased, okay? So we have increased the amount of canine units and the amount of alerts has decreased. So to a certain extent, they're working, or we have to work more with our students, and that's why we're having the presentations so that we alert our students as to what to look for, and our staff also. Okay. In regards to the safety department, I have updates there also. We did start the district safety committee meetings and the parent committee meetings. We have school site Williams facility visits. So during those visits, we check to see the conditions of our sites. So for example, the classrooms, if they're missing a tile, or if they're missing a tile on the floor, or there's cracks in the walkway, or if there's an issue with one of the sinks, things like that, those are Williams facilities visits. So we are conducting those visits. We have a few schools, and we started that this week. We had some at the beginning of the school year. Those are formal Williams visits, and now we're doing informal Williams visits. So we'll be doing those at least monthly or every 2 months. We're starting with the comprehensive school safety plan. We have plans for this year, but we need to start with the plans for next year. So we're starting with that. standard response protocol training. That is also a safety training that all of our sites will be receiving. Right now, we are in the process of training all of our principals. And then FEMA Public Information Officer training, that went on today. We now have a team, which is great. So we have a team of public information officers. We are also holding online training for all our site proctors. That also started this week. So they'll be receiving a 24-hour online training. So that's a good thing also. And then we are also having the Trainer of Trainer Crisis Prevention Institute. That is a way to de-escalate any type of issues that might be happening on sites. And we'll be training our proctors on that as well, and our administrators. And then we're doing ongoing COVID monitoring. This week, all of our students and staff should be receiving a COVID test. So they're supposed to take the COVID test home and have it ready to test before coming back from vacation, okay? And then again, here is our district safety committee. We talked about the comprehensive school site plans, drug trends, current site safety concerns, reunification, and safety presentations. That committee is composed of administrators and teachers. The district safety committee talked to us about parent awareness, safety precautions, parent input on school and student safety, discuss solutions for school safety issues, and then committees will be held on a monthly basis. And we felt that this was very important to include our parents because they also have a way of seeing things that we cannot. So they are also our eyes and our ears, and like they say, it takes a village. They are part of our village. And so we count on them tremendously. And that is it. Are there any questions?
Board members, do we have any questions for Ms. Limon?
Thank you for the report.
No, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Limon.
Thank you.
3, board reports. These are informational reports by board members. No action is taken. Mr. Romero.
Just a comment. I'm going to apologize to the parents, to the band parents, and to the band students. It's atrocious what you have been going through, and I apologize. We have failed you, and I hope the issue is rectified as soon as possible. On another point, I want to thank, it's been a pleasure to have served all of you on this as a board member. And I want to thank the wonderful staff that worked so hard to do a lot for the district. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Romero. Ms. Magallanes.
Thank you so much for being here this evening. I wish our school community a blessed Thanksgiving. May you continue to be surrounded by your loving familia. Let's provide support, warmth, and love to our children as they be our future leaders. And happy Thanksgiving. I also want to second on what Mr. Romero said. We'll be working on something as soon as possible so we can have our children go back to be number one. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Magallanes. Mr. Alvarado.
Along the same lines, I want to apologize to parents, students that came up and talked. I know it's not easy, but it's something that I thought it was something that was taken care of since last year. And I spoke to Mr. Gastelum last year at the graduation. I thought something was going to get done. And like Mr. Romero said, there's no excuse for it. There isn't. If us sitting up here should be making, not making false promises to you guys, because that's pretty much what happened. But that is hopefully something that gets remedied here soon. And once again, I apologize for that. You guys shouldn't be coming up here. You guys should be coming up here and saying, hey, you know what, this is what we got recognized for. But yeah, I was kind of wondering what happened with the Battle of the Bands. Well, now I know. I didn't know what was going on until today. I thought something was remedied, so that's why whenever there's something going on, we all have emails. You guys can send emails to all of us as board members also as well. I don't know if you guys did try to reach out to any of the board members, but this is the first time. I know I missed the last board meeting, but this is the first time I hear something like this going on. So I apologize for that. On another note, with that said, Mr. Romero, thank you for your years here with us.
Thank you.
You led us through some, there were some tough times that we went through as a board. We learned a lot, and I thank you for that. Learned a lot from you also as well. With that said, I hope you all have a happy Thanksgiving. And with that said, we get this situated with the band. I apologize once again for that. You guys shouldn't be going through this. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Alvarado, and good evening and thank you for attending tonight's meeting. Along the lines of my peers, I think we're going to make it a priority to rectify this problem. Hopefully, we can get it back on track and be number one. Again, thank you to all the veterans that are out there that served our country. Richard, thank you for the 8 years. I mean, we've been serving together, for your commitment and dedication. I know that there's times where we don't agree, but somehow, some way, we come and make or try to make the right decision for this district. You will be missed. It's good to have, knowledge and someone to be able to lean back on. And like Kiki says, we went through a lot, and I wish you the best in your future endeavors. And I know you're retiring, so enjoy it.
Thank you.
Okay. I also visited the high school this week, and my point was to visit the Second Chance Breakfast. Very, very good idea, because I saw a lot of students that were very, very hungry. But along with in those lines, I also saw a lot of things that can be improved. I saw a lot of our kids that didn't get anything to eat. They were there and asking our staff if they had anything left. So with that said, I think that talking to our staff, we need, they say that they don't need hours, they just need more hands to be able to handle the large amount of what these kids want. They want to eat. And I think that we also have to meet somewhere and make this happen. I know it's a pilot program at the high school, but I think we can better this program by providing the resources and take care of the logistics for our staff to be able to accommodate these lunches. I mean, right now they're serving 780 breakfasts in 9 minutes. And this is at 9 o'clock, they show up, and there's 4 carts that go out throughout the district, and you high school students should know what's going on. They go, you guys come out of your class, and you go and pick up a breakfast, and you go on about your business. For the same token, we need logistics. We need trash cans, because all that trash goes on our grounds. So, and that helps the custodians and everything to keep our sites clean. So, again, I'm sure we'll work with our staff and make sure that these breakfasts are available to everybody. I saw it with my own eyes that I could say probably 10 students that went without eating. And if we're going to do this right, we have to do it right and provide the resources to our staff. The second thing that I noticed is that, I don't know if you guys are aware, but this high school is about to go through major construction, and we're talking soon. And not only don't our students don't know what's going on, our staff don't know what's going on. So I'm asking, and I'm pleading with the superintendent and our peers that we need to meet with the stakeholders. And when I meet with the stakeholders, is students, staff, and everybody that is involved in this normal operation. Why? Because the last thing we want, we're going to have machinery going through these campuses, and we don't want anyone hurt. There's going to be a lot of movement, a lot of construction, and we need to get it right. And if we start planning beforehand, I think we'll do well when this construction comes on board. So I'm asking that we have Ms. Desert here, that we meet not only with Ms. Williams, but her supervisors, teachers, students, and everyone that needs to know as to how we're going to accomplish this. And also, if there's a lot of construction going on, it's just going to double it. We got the gyms going up, and that's a construction, and hopefully that'll be completed. And that's all I have for my report. And again, I was in band myself until freshman, and I can tell you that it's important. And one of the students mentioned that is your stronghold. Well, it is for a lot of students. A lot of students look up to go there because your band peers are the only ones that understand you. Why? Because they read music, correct? So I understand where you come from, and hopefully we can take care of this problem. And again, I apologize. Thank you. All right. So our next, huh? You- Yeah, we're done with K. All right, so we're gonna actually, we had K discussion concerns of drugs on our school campus. I believe Ms. Limon already informed us, what,
Can I say something?
yes, go ahead.
Yeah, thank you, President Calderon. And just really quick, I do want to acknowledge that Mr. Alvarado had brought to my attention concerns about, drugs on school campus. And so part of the reason of having this safety presentation was a result of Mr. Alvarado's concerns about that and questions about what the district was doing to address that. So I do want to thank our board because they hear concerns directly from the community. They're out there in the community. They live in the community. They're your neighbors. They shop in the same grocery stores and whatnot. And so when Mr. Alvarado, when the board brings concerns or questions or just a request for updates or reports or information, we try our best to accommodate that. So as you noticed, Kay, was the safety committee presentation was in part based on your request. So I want to thank you for that.
Okay, thank you, Superintendent. We go on to L, action items, consideration and action approval of the following items. 1, agreement between Calexico Unified School District and Global Mobile Incorporated for the lease of 5 modular buildings for interim housing at Calexico High School.
So moved.
Moved by Romero, second by Magallanes. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes 4-0. 2, agreement between Calexico Unified School District and Dial Consulting, Inc. to provide topographic surveys for interim housing projects at Calexico High School.
So moved. Second.
Okay. Moved by Romero, second by Alvarado. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes 4-0. 3, agreement between Calexico Unified School District and Jose Andres Pimienta to present comic or literature presentation district-wide.
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Romero, second by Alvarado. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes 4-0. 4, agreement between Calexico Unified School District and Imperial County Office of Education to provide training on implementation of early literature block grant for Rockwood Elementary staff.
So moved.
Moved by Alvarado,
Second.
second by Romero. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes 4-0. 5, agreement between Calexico Unified School District and Raptor Technologies, LLC for emergency management system for the 2022-23 school year.
So moved.
Moved by Magallanes,
Second.
second by Romero. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes 4-0. 6, agreement between Calexico Unified School District and Navigate 360 for professional development on safety and emergency preparedness and social emotional learning for staff district-wide.
So moved.
Moved by Magallanes, second by Alvarado. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes 4-0. 7, agreement between Calexico Unified School District and Unwind and Design Creative Studios to provide 40 acrylic painting lessons for the after-school program in various sites during 2022 and 2023 school year.
So moved.
Moved by Magallanes,
Second.
second by Romero. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes 4-0. 8, agreement between Calexico Unified School District and SETA University for doctoral degree studies from November 17, 2022 to June 30th, 2023.
So moved.
Moved by Alvarado, second by Magallanes. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Mr. Romero, you're good?
Aye.
Motion passes 4-0. 9, agreement between Calexico Unified School District and Western Governors University for student teachers for November 17, 2022 through November 16, 2025.
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Alvarado, second by Magallanes. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes 4-0. 10, agreement between Calexico Unified School District and Capella University for site learning degrees programs from November 17, 2022 through November 17, 2023.
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Alvarado, second by Magallanes. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes 4-0. 11, agreement between Calexico Unified School District and CDR Electrical, Inc. to create a new charging station for golf carts at Calexico High School in the auto shop area.
So moved.
Moved by Romero,
Second.
second by Magallanes. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes 4-0. 12, agreement between Calexico Unified School District and Darmwell Industry to spray on bed liners for utility truck 25.
So moved.
Moved by Romero,
Second.
second by Alvarado. All those in favor, state aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes 4-0. 13, agreement between Calexico Unified School District and Holloway Storage Containers, Inc. for athletic equipment storage.
So moved.
Moved by Alvarado,
Second.
second by Romero. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes 4-0. 14, agreement between Calexico Unified School District and Western Environmental and Safety Technologies, LLC, to perform lead testing in drinking water at Kennedy Gardens Elementary Preschool area.
Second.
Motion by Alvarado, second by Magallanes. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes 4-0. 15, approval of proposal for Schoolworks, Inc. to conduct a district-wide demographic and enrollment projection study.
So moved.
Moved by Romero,
Second.
second by Magallanes. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Motion passes 4-0. 16, agreement between Calexico Unified School District and Greenhouse Mega Store for the purchase of a greenhouse for the Calexico Agricultural Program.
So moved.
Moved by Alvarado, second by Magallanes. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes 4-0. 17, first reading of revised board policy and exhibits 4117.2 and 4217.2, resignation.
So moved.
Moved by Alvarado,
Second.
second by Magallanes. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes 4-0. 18, resolution regarding disposition of surplus asset, non-asset submersible pumps at Felipe Vega facility.
So
Roll call. Okay.
Second.
Moved by, moved by Alvarado, second by Magallanes. Romero,
Yes.
Magallanes,
Yes.
Alvarado.
Yes.
Calderon, yes. Motion passes 4-0. 19, resolution regarding disposition of surplus asset, non-asset technology equipment at Calexico High School.
So moved.
Moved by Romero, second by Alvarado. Roll call. Romero,
Yes.
Magallanes,
Yes.
Alvarado,
Yes.
Calderon, yes. Motion passes 4-0. 20, resolution regarding disposition of surplus non-asset classroom furniture at Jefferson Elementary School.
So moved.
Moved by Romero,
Second.
second by Alvarado. Roll call. Romero,
Yes.
Magallanes,
Yes.
Alvarado,
Yes.
Calderon, yes. 21, resolution regarding disposition of surplus asset, non-asset technology equipment at Blanche Charles Elementary School.
So moved.
Moved by Alvarado,
Second.
second by Magallanes. Roll call. Romero,
Yes.
Magallanes,
Yes.
Alvarado,
Yes.
Calderon, yes. 2, resolution regarding disposition of surplus asset, non-asset technology equipment at Jefferson Elementary School.
So moved.
Moved by Alvarado,
Second.
second by Magallanes. Roll call. Romero,
Yes.
Magallanes,
Yes.
Alvarado,
Yes.
Calderon, yes. Motion passes 4-0. And we have to announce that we're going back to closed session. We didn't finish, so we have to go back. So the 23 and 24 are still pending at this time. Thank you, and we'll be back as soon as we complete our closed session. Thank you.